nice shit. Let's go!
How y'all doing? We're back. Night Shift Radio in your face, boy. What's up? First, only start with the crew, introducing everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't do this without them. Ray J, how you doing, my bro?
I'm doing good. I'm good. I'm glad we got a special guest today. You know, I love when we have a good guest with a good conversation, so I'm looking forward to the conversation today.
That's right. And Jay, what's up, girl?
Hey, how's it going?
Man,
what's happening?
all right. Young Adam, how you doing, boy?
I'm doing.
And we got a special guest with us. You know, she has a lot of topics that she wants to talk about to give you guys awareness out there on what was going on in other parts of the community. You know what I mean? And much respect. So I'm going to introduce my good friend Becca. You know what I'm saying? How are you doing, Becca?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Man, thank you very much. Hey, so I'm gonna let you go. I want you to tell people why you're here and what made you come to the night shift and have this thing that you want to talk about. I'm gonna leave it open for you.
Okay, yeah. So my name is Becca. My pronouns are she, they. My awesome boss, Tara, was the last guest.
Yes, she was. Yes, she was. She was awesome. She was.
Yeah, she's an awesome human. Very grateful to work with her. And yeah, so I do, you know, kind of similar but different work in the community with a lot of, you know, education, mostly around psychedelics.
Okay.
And I created an organization to create, you know, educational and safe spaces for LGBTQ individuals to talk about psychedelics. And also have done a lot of work around like psychedelics in recovery and psychedelics for healing addiction.
Okay, talk to me about what is a psychedelic? I mean, some people may not know what a psychedelic is. They've probably heard it.
Outfit or something.
Knock it off, right? You know, see. That's right. Right. Anyway, can you explain, like, what is a psychedelic?
Yeah. So psychedelics, there are a bunch of different kinds. Some common ones are psilocybin mushrooms.
Okay.
They're found almost all over the world. LSD is a popular one from the 60s.
Oh, okay.
Was on paper.
I remember those. I remember those.
DMT is another one. You know, a lot of alien connection.
Okay. Well, you know what I said. Man, explain some of that. I mean, as far as so who comes for psychedelics? I mean, what population comes for psychedelics?
Yeah, well, so there's evidence that psychedelics have been used all around the globe in ancient cultures for thousands of years.
I know the Indians use like peyote. That's like one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Peyote, in a lot of different, you know, archaeological excavations, they have found, you know, residue of different hallucinogenic plants and substances in, like, you know, chalices, ancient earthenware that they would use. So usually they were connected to like spiritual practices, ceremonies, things of that nature.
Yeah, because I know I used to read a lot on that. I know I read a lot about Don Ruiz. He's the founder of the Four Agreements. And he was saying he had to get away from the peyote because it hurt their people back in the day because they used to have to hallucinate in order to get their connection. You know, and he said he said that he got a lot of his work from that, and he's powerful. He's powerful. I mean, he really picked that up. So.
Yeah.
So you telling me to better myself, I can take a psychedelic and hallucinate?
Well, I mean,
it would bring me some clarity. Is that what psychedelics do? Bring you clarity in certain sections of your brain?
Yeah, if you do it if you take them in the right set and setting. So if you're in the right mindset, right, like you have support, you have someone you can talk to about it, so you have someone with you, and setting is eating it somewhere safe. So not trying it for the first time in a giant crowd with people because you don't know how you'll respond.
Exactly.
But doing it maybe with a friend in nature is a great place to try it, and really being able to listen to whatever comes up and just notice how you feel before, during, and after.
Exactly. Because I know that there's a large population that relies on that. And those are the ones that we want to talk to. Those are the ones that we want to help you reach.
So, because I'm confused. Because me, the reason why I primarily don't do a lot of drugs is because I don't like when the drugs take over you and you don't have control of your body and so forth. But you tell me there's people who really enjoy losing control of their body and their mind and space.
I don't think that's wrong wording. You losing control. They don't lose control. Okay.
Well,
You can't control your walking, your talking, and your thinking. You're all over the place, more or less, I would say.
Yeah, I mean, with some dose levels of psychedelics, you're not probably going to be walking. You're probably going to be laying down. So you're right in that aspect, and that's why it's really important to have someone safe with you,
exactly,
so that they can watch over you and allow you to. It's really more of like a surrender, kind of surrender, and being able to just kind of listen and go with whatever it's showing you.
Exactly, because I know that's like. When I talked to you on the phone, I realized that. I said, Becca, she's a modern-day flower child. You know what I mean? And flower children back in the day, they were very instrumental. They caused a lot of change, and society looked down on them, but they had a purpose. Because you have to be a little bit different to create change.
Absolutely.
I mean, be willing to go against the grain. To promote change.
Let's see, how can I word this?
Word it right now.
I just see, I'm seeing and hearing that in this modern age that it's free to do drugs of different aspects.
Why you say drugs? Don't say it like that.
It's free to do certain chemicals these days because there's people there to teach you and train you how to get high in a proper fashion instead of the old way where you just hang out with your friends and you guys just experiment. So now if you want to get drugs, get high, you can go to certain places, certain people, and they can make you get the most out your drug experience. Is that how it goes?
Yeah.
Boiled down, pretty much.
Okay.
It's basically you're wanting to transcend yourself into a different mindset. And
a spirit realm.
With these, enhancing chemicals that are able to get you there.
See, she worded it right.
Yeah, just as long as you're doing it safely and appropriately.
Thank you, Angie.
My thing is that all my life, I think a lot of people, all people's lives is that you've been taught to be afraid of drugs.
Right.
Now they're saying that
they can help you move past stuff, especially like some of the
drugs.
Really the more heavy, darker stuff and more the traumatic stuff that people have gone through.
Well, I applaud it. I mean, I do. I applaud it because, like I said, you got to go against the grain to promote change.
No, I don't see. I wouldn't say no. I just think that because there's a population. I do a lot of kids, and these days, when you give kids green light, because I think if I had a green light to go sit down and go visit a place and found out I could have a mushroom or LSD or this and that, then I probably would have gambled and tried it just for the experience.
Allegedly.
But I'm just saying, it's. I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I think it's a little far-fetched to be able to say that we're going to teach you how to use drugs and you can get high.
Stop using that word. First of all, Angie said it better. You just using it wrong.
We're teaching you on how to
smoke cigarette.
Almost in a sense, but it's
tobacco is a sacrament too in a lot of indigenous cultures. But, so
that's my favorite one.
Extrapolated it and turned it into more of a vice than a sacrament.
See, wording is everything. You just Angie got it. You just.
I ain't been to no ghetto school. I ain't been to no regular school. I ain't been to no college. So you want me to learn all these big words?
Hey, you gotta do something.
We'll make you a cheat sheet.
Exactly.
Exactly. Can it be in Braille so I can read it?
Yeah. But anyway, back to Becca. Go ahead and explain how get it past.
Like how does this work? Like, can you take me through like a trip? Like like a guided thing?
Yeah, well, there's a few different ways that we're approaching it. Like I just spent 2 weeks in Peru in January,
That's
Nice.
with at an indigenous owned and operated center in Iquitos called Aya Madre, with a very talented maestra who has a family who's been doing this work for generations. So that specifically is with ayahuasca. And that's like something that you would want to do in a ceremonial context with someone who knows the medicine. Whereas here with mushrooms, a lot of settings are like a therapist sitting with you while you're on the mushroom. And so usually you're, often inside of yourself. So your emotions can come up, memories can come up, and in a new context, right? So you might cry, you might laugh, you might realize something about maybe something that happened a while ago. You'll have a whole new perspective on it. And then the therapist is there to kind of help you process that.
Exactly.
I'm still confused because drugs are supposed to be had in a recreation party environment. Now you said that you're supposed to go take the drugs and lay on the couch.
Certain ones, yes.
Hey, like I said, man, anything can happen on the night shift. That's why I love the night shift. You mean because these topics you won't get anywhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm thankful for having you here to explain some of these things that people don't usually hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say I love the night shift.
I
You can get anything
never
here.
heard of taking no drugs and laying
Well,
on
you
the
about to hear it now. But anyway,
I heard somebody say you drunk and high, go lay down.
stupid.
I ain't know. Okay. All right.
Go ahead, Becky. Go ahead.
Well, the research actually started in the 50s and 60s and then got shut down by Nixon when he made all drugs illegal and
Illegal, yeah,
created the
exactly.
DEA and all of that. So there was already research showing the potential and how these substances are better for us than antidepressants.
Is that
some of the
because they're better than man touching it? It's better when it comes straight up instead of men
nature, yeah.
touching it and adding stuff to it and hurting it.
Right.
In the name of getting high.
Right.
Basically. Okay. I get you.
My next question is that I know we ain't really got too deep in this, but I'm just thinking. So you just said all those other good things. So where's the money in it? Because corporations and people are not freely having fun without making money. Is it you can get high without making money?
Well, I mean, there's two. I'm more in the camp of we should just decriminalize this stuff so that we can do it in a more community setting so it doesn't cost thousands of dollars to go do because, there are already people coming in seeing dollar signs and being like, how can we make as much money from this as possible?
Because once they see the dollar sign, that's when they're going to make it legal.
Right.
Okay, just like pot. It took pot
For
a long time to get here.
people.
Exactly.
I tell you, I was watching my show. I can't think of the name, but this big money guy in Denver, he was put like a million or so into this company that helped him find ways to help legalize mushrooms and LSD and stuff like that.
You're talking about it on Shark Tank?
I don't think he was. I watched it on my stock market channel because they was talking about this because he was. It's a
right.
company that's going. I
it's
think
legal there in
they're gonna be trying.
Denver.
They're gonna be trying to put the company on the stock market real soon, and he was one of the investors because mushrooms and LSD. Once they do what you're saying, they're trying to do to get it. Whatever they're gonna, like you said, everybody want to make money. That's all I asked you about it. Is it? Because you was going, I thought you were gonna say, oh yeah, they charge $500,000 to go sit there, or $200,000. How much does it cost to go on those retreats just to be?
To go, well, if you go on a luxury retreat, I mean, they can be $5,000 for a week.
They get high for $5,000. Do you still got to pay for your drugs when you get there? That's in the package.
No, but that's not including flights.
Exactly. She's keeping it real.
That's just for the stay.
But
You can't get high for free no more. Okay.
I mean, you can. Mushrooms, anyone can grow them.
You trust that process?
Yes, I do.
Is
In
this-
fact, this is a Oakland Hyphae,
That's right,
my
that's
good
right.
friend Reggie's
In
company.
Oakland? In the Bay Area? Mm-hmm. Bay Area?
Yeah, so Oakland
that's where he's
Hyphae-
from. That's where he's from.
Oh, okay. It's a black-owned mushroom company, so they are actually leading edge testing mushrooms for potency and stuff.
What part of Oakland they in?
I don't know.
Probably North Oakland. They probably close to Frisco or something. I'm trying to figure out.
But you know what? But look it. I mean, marijuana is helping us get out of a deficit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it brought Denver out of a deficit so fast. That's why they want to legalize it, because it makes a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And
non-taxable money.
Exactly. But like I said, hey, they ain't seen the benefit. You know what I'm saying? And once they can legalize it and they can regulate it, then they'll have it. But they want to be able to regulate it first.
I mean, it's helping a lot of people, quit drinking alcohol. It's helping a lot of people with, major trauma and depression and anxiety kind of feel more whole and like themselves and kind of breaking out of these dark kind of spaces.
Because you know what? That's more safer than, like I said, the medication they're giving you, like, for arthritis or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They have natural stuff that help that instead of going to the doctor and getting it, because the side effects are crazy. And the stuff that you're talking about, there's no side effects.
Wait, I was going to ask that question.
There's no side effects.
It was just,
I mean, I might be right. I might be wrong.
Well, there's less side effects, and there's a special aspect to. There's a special aspect to psychedelics that actually help your brain create new neurons, and they heal parts of the brain instead of just helping you feel better. They're actually working in there to, it's been proving helpful for like dementia. They're doing studies for how it can help dementia because it can help reverse aging in the brain and help it become more kind of plastic like it is when you're a young child and you're learning a lot of things all the time. So it kind of takes our brain to that state.
So if I give my grandma like an eighth of shrooms, what is that gonna help?
She'll probably enjoy it, I would say.
Pretty cool lady.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck. Y'all got me here because they say when you do drugs, you either gonna be high, too high to work.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't go to work on mushrooms.
So that's what I'm saying. So
make sure you have the good day off.
Yeah.
Don't do anything. Just go somewhere safe.
Because to me, that's like when a person say, "Oh, you can't get high because you can't drive, you can't function work." Or a person say, "Oh, if you drink too much, you're gonna have a hangover and blase, so you're not gonna be able to be a productive person in society." So with these new drugs come along that they're a list that they feel that people need to try and stuff, is that going to help the workforce? Or is that just like a vacation day off drug?
Yeah, I mean, I have my own concerns about capitalism, but all that aside,
come on, give me some capitalism. Go ahead.
I think it could. I mean, you feel great the day after you take mushrooms. I do. I can speak for myself.
The day after is like just as good.
Yeah, it's like your brain got nice and cleaned out.
It was like a nice little refresh.
Saturday night, and then you're off Sunday, and you have that nice afterglow.
Yeah.
Because I'm this person. I try something once, maybe just to try it. But I know mostly like off the record, allegedly, when I try to whatever they call them, things like that, or you drink too much, you're hungover, you're sick for the next day and stuff. So that's why, for me personally, been scared and stay scared of a lot of drugs because I don't like the side effect or the effect after the fact when you gotta dehydrate, you gotta replenish your body, you gotta keep doing all these things to bring yourself back together. And for me, I want to take my body 2 weeks instead of most people might take a day or two.
No, I'm the same. This is much friendlier to the body than alcohol. I mean, your body sees alcohol largely as a poison, whereas we actually share a lot of DNA with mushrooms. So our body actually gets a lot of benefits. They have anti-inflammatory properties, so they help people with chronic pain. Yeah. Okay. Compared to alcohol.
I know I got too many questions. I got one more question. So, mushrooms I think I'm kind of like a chef, but there's so many different kind of mushrooms. So is it special kind of mushrooms you got to grow? Is there a family of mushrooms, or because when you say mushroom, everybody's like, oh, mushroom in the store. So is there like a certain one or a brand or
you can't eat these like with salad, okay?
Well, that's what
I mean, you could. I don't know how good they'd be. But so psilocybe is one of the genuses that are have the active psychedelic compound. There's also a couple more, Panalois, But psilocybe is the main genus because psilocybin is the most widely known hallucinogenic compound in psilocybin. But there's a lot of medicinal mushrooms. Like one of my favorite is lion's mane.
Okay.
Lion's mane is really good for your brain and your nervous system. It has that nerve growth factor I mentioned, that it kind of gets in there and repairs your nerve endings. So like if you think of a nerve, I dork out on this. Yeah. There's something called the myelin sheath, and it's basically like the covering of an electrical cord. So that can kind of wear away with, age and stress and diet and environment and whatnot. And so what lion's mane does is come in and repairs it so your nerves can communicate more smoothly.
Exactly.
Ooh. Which one would you recommend for like someone who's experiencing like muscle spasms?
Oh, I don't know. I gotta admit, I'm not that schooled on them.
You're not a PhD on it, but you.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would say take magnesium. But
So can they be grown anywhere, mushrooms? Is there a certain environment, country, or place they have to be grown for specially, or?
Yeah, I mean, lion's mane can be found in some parts of the country, even like sometimes after the rainy season, like around now and like
Up in the mountains, huh?
Yeah, up in the mountains. But most of the time, like they like to grow in like damp environments. So if you have like a humidity tent and like, so they grow off of like substrate. So this could be like wood, or it could be grain, or it could be like coconut.
Exactly.
Coir, yeah.
Because I know a friend of mine, he sees the benefit in it, and I'm not saying no names. But like I said, he's starting a mushroom farm.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And he says it's very, very needed. He says a therapeutic and everything else. He said just like marijuana. Some marijuana that they have is strictly for doctor use.
Like CBD. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, mushrooms is something like that too. It has something to get you high, but it also have something that benefit.
Yeah.
Okay, exactly.
So somewhere in the world,
Here we go
have
again.
a whole bunch of mushroom experts who walk around and look at mushrooms.
Yes.
Say, this won't hurt you. This one's gonna make you feel good, and this one's gonna bring you back to life.
Hey, it's a plant just like marijuana.
Yeah. Well, mushrooms are fungi, and so we share more DNA with mushrooms than we do with plants.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Because we have a lot of bad bacteria in us too.
Yeah.
See? Yeah. Hey, so you want a commercial real quick, and then we'll come back? Okay, we're gonna go have a commercial real quick, you guys, and Becca, we're gonna go further. Let's talk a little bit about the LBGT, you know what I'm saying? And let's hit on that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That way we cover everything.
Perfect.
Or at least most of it, because we may have to have you come back, Okay. So, all right, we'll be back in 2 seconds. Welcome to the night shift.
And don't hallucinate out on us. We'll be back. Please don't hallucinate out. Stay here. Get off the couch.
Stupid. Okay, well, man, we're back, man. Once again, like I said, we're here at night shift, man, and anything can happen on the night shift, and I just want to say we have a good guest with us, man, and this topic is really needed because this is the future, okay? So anyway, back with our friend that we have here at Becca. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Our conversation on expanding our minds.
Well, not only that, but there's something else we have to talk about. That's movement. And Becca, we'll let you introduce it and tell us about your passion and why you're interested in talking about this subject that really needs to be talked about because it's a part of the culture now, basically. So.
Always exist, yeah.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? But now it's time to really start talking about it.
It's out in the open, so I guess we're basically going to want you to open up the conversation to talk about it. So we're going to open it up. What we got?
Yeah. So I started an organization called Queer Psychedelic Society.
Okay.
And to give a little background, so when I was younger, I never really liked the gender binary personally.
The norm.
Yeah, I always just kind of felt more boyish. I was always outside. When I was in middle school, I moved around a lot. I was a military kid, so friends were kind of, I never got to keep friends for more than a couple of years. So I moved to San Diego when I was just starting 7th grade, which is a great time to move somewhere new. Mm-hmm. I started getting bullied really bad, but luckily I found punk rock music. So I cut my hair really short. Started wearing like boys' clothes, lots of spikes and studs. And,
there it is. Adam, that's what she's
I was going to say, that's why I grew my hair out and started wearing skinny jeans.
Nice.
Go ahead on.
Yeah. So I felt like I finally kind of found myself.
Exactly.
I felt really comfortable. And then the other kids started calling me like, anti-queer slurs. Mm-hmm. And I didn't appreciate it, but it also made me feel ashamed at the time. So I just kind of
bottled up.
Yeah, I bottled it up. But it's interesting because looking back, I always gravitated towards queer friends, mm-hmm. like even when none of us had a word for it.
Exactly.
I experienced addiction. I used IV heroin as a teenager. But I got clean, and then I had my first child. I got pregnant when I was like 90 days clean. So great kind of rapid succession. Exactly. And even as a, young single mom, I still gravitated towards queer friends. Then I had my second child. I would be watching, Drag Race and like folding clothes. Just like, where's my community? Then I found in 2019, I met a few people when I was actually doing a mushroom workshop. They came to my workshop and they were like, we're starting Psychedelics in Recovery. Mm-hmm. This was in Hillcrest at a kava bar called Kava Collective. And
I know that sound.
Yeah. And so we...
That's not even our phone.
I know. Who's
It's Office phone.
That's so weird. We've never gotten
a phone call.
Call at like, what time is it? Like,
well, you know
it's
what?
like 7:49 at night.
Anything can happen on the night shift.
That is the fax machine. I do believe they probably faxed up some paperwork for the business.
Okay. Well, should I just keep going?
Yes, keep going.
Okay.
I might need to mute all of that audio.
That's okay. Let's go.
A couple people came to my mushroom. They were saying we're starting Psychedelics in Recovery. And so Psychedelics in Recovery started like end of 2019, and it was mostly a queer community. So it was, I identify as queer. It was a lot of, queer men, femmes, non-binary, trans, everyone in between. Just coming together, talking about how we are basically healing ourselves to some degree with psychedelics and finding new ways of navigating sobriety. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so having that community was really kind of pivotal in my own transformation. Mm-hmm. I've really valued the connections I made. And then I also realized going into kind of other circles that there's kind of a piece missing, and sometimes I kind of felt like the odd one out, especially if I went somewhere and all the women had really long flowy hair and they all talked like this and talked about, divine feminine.
I can't stand women. I can't stand women like that. I can't be in the room more than like 10 minutes, and I'm like,
exactly.
Okay.
And I just really valued like the diversity and how none of us judge each other. Exactly. Everyone is accepted for who they are, and our differences are valued. So that's why I started Queer Psychedelic Society, because you kind
of put a name on it.
Yeah.
You're saying that you took ownership. You know, and that's a good thing because everybody needs love. You know what I mean? That's why everybody gravitates towards certain things, and it's good to it's good to know that you're not the only one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when you see how big it really is, there's more out there. You love. I know I love, my thing is gangs. Okay, and I like being able to reach out. I could reach out more than anybody else because I was part of them. You know, and like I said, and being around part of them, sometimes it's like, you know, I enjoy the company, but then I can't stand the company. You know what I'm saying? Because I've moved on, but then I haven't because it's still part of me. So I can never move all the way on. I mean, so I deal with them differently now. I'm more of a positive person than the negative, you know, and knowing that the negative is there. You know what I'm saying? So that same thing with you. You identify with queer, and most people are like, what queer? What do we mean queer? It's like it's shunned. I mean, but they're out there. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of what you may say is shunned, they're out there, and guess what? They're just as important as anybody else. I mean, and I'm glad that you're here and shedding light on that. And I'm gonna shut up and let you keep going.
Yeah. I just want to say that I think that even though people might judge queer or have this and that opinion about it, but to me, I think everyone makes a positive effect on the world and a positive effect on life and other people. So I never really judged queer because I have had friends and stuff, and unfortunately, I think I learned a lot sometimes. A lot of things I wouldn't think that I would know, they have incited me, and I be shaking my head, be like, oh,
well, you know what, me personally? Go ahead.
Because to me, I see the happiness of a person being able to do their thing,
be themselves,
and be them. So it makes me smile to see that it's possible these days.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I have my 13-year-old also identifies as queer. They didn't.
I have a daughter that does.
Yeah, exactly.
I have 6 kids, and one of my daughters, she's that. I mean, and I respect her because that's her wish.
Right.
And I'm not trying to change her.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? At first I didn't approve of it, but then I'm like, you know what? I love you, and love surpasses that. You know, so I accept it.
Yeah. Because I think that, you know, especially given how much like anti-LGBTQ legislation is continuing to come out, you know, it's like the Marriage Equality Act was passed, but now look at how much we're regressing since then, right? And a lot of people fought so hard. So many people died during the AIDS crisis, right? And now we're like, you know, banning drag.
Well, you know what?
What they do? They banning drag?
Yeah, in a lot of southern and midwestern states.
Because
I ain't never. Well, actually, somebody tried to take me to is it Lips?
Yeah. I've been there. I was like, oh my.
Yeah, we going to have dinner where? Where?
I went there. It tripped me out. It tripped me out. It was the first time I was introduced to that, and it was interesting.
Yeah,
I mean every person there was, you thought was women, they were men. Just
it's
like
an art
women.
form, you know. It's an expression of artistry and creativity, and you know, dance and entertainment.
The only thing I liked about it was that all the fine women were there. You know what I mean? I mean, all the best looking women, they go there. Yeah, you would catch a woman, go there. Lips.
That shit.
Well, and you know why? Because it's safe.
It's exactly
It's safe. There's no, you know, predatory behavior happening.
Keep it 100. Yeah. Yep. And then that's where women gravitate towards, because you go ahead. Men, we could be terrible, okay? We could be terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Some men, not just men.
I'm saying, but look, that's why a lot of girls hang out with a lot of homosexual guys, because they know that they ain't got to worry about if they sit naked or something, pushing up on them. You know what I mean? You know, so
heck, that gay best friend will turn into your boyfriend if they see someone trying to like mess with you and you're
exactly. Oh yeah, man. Babe, hold on, buddy.
Yeah, that's what they're there for.
Exactly.
I can see a woman naked and won't do nothing.
Yeah, anyway, that's another subject. Anyway, but keep on going.
Yeah, so you know, and so a psychedelic society, there's a lot of them all over the place.
They go together hand in hand,
all over
basically.
the world. And so they're basically like a group of people who, you know, maybe meet and like talk about their experiences or provide educational events or just a place to gather and find other people that are interested in what you're interested in.
Exactly.
And so creating a space just for queer folks was important to me to kind of enhance that feeling of safety and that, you know, we're all different, but we all share this kind of identity or we're questioning and figuring it out, and it's a safe place to discuss it and not receive any judgment or anything else.
Exactly, because I know whenever I first moved out here to San Diego, I lived on Mississippi Street, as close to Hillcrest. I didn't know where the Hillcrest was, right? I mean, I walked through, and it was different. And I was like, "What the hell?" I mean, I was walking. I thought I found a strip club. Okay, so you know, I go in there, and me and my girlfriend, we were going there, you know, and it was all guys in there, and I felt uncomfortable. I mean, she loved it, but I was like, "What the hell?" And then I seen the flag. I never seen the flag with all the colors. But, I mean, and all over the place down in Hillcrest. It's like that's their spot. That's where they go to feel real. You know what I'm saying? And I was dumbfounded at first, and I ain't gonna lie, I was very against it. And so when I was going through school to be a counselor, I mean, I hated gays. I ain't gonna lie, I hated them. And my favorite teachers, they were all gay. I mean, God put a lot of gay people in my life. Okay, and I was mad because at first I was mad, but then I understood. I mean, because they were the best teachers. I mean, and my course was close to Hillcrest, and they were respectable. I mean, they didn't cross no lines, and I thought maybe they crossed lines and all kinds of stuff. Because when you see it or some people, whatever, you don't know what to expect. But to live through it, that's when I learned to respect them. And respect them and their people too. I mean, and they were brilliant. Some of them were brilliant, and I was like, wow. But I was taught to hate them. That's like me, it's like prejudice. Some people don't like blacks. I'm saying I have to deal with that. I'm saying so I understand when it comes to being someone that's being ridiculed for being who you are, different. And like I said, and that's why I put those two together. I said, wow, you know what? Because you guys hated it just like we're hated. You know what I'm saying? And we're still here, and you guys are still here, and society can't change a damn thing. Welcome to the night shift. I mean, so
society tries, but just keep on pushing.
Exactly.
Make a stand.
I would hope that we can give everybody a mushroom and we can just hold it alone.
Yes, that would be nice.
You take a mushroom, you take a mushroom. We'll talk afterwards. We'll talk after the mushroom.
I'm saying, like I said, exactly. Hey, I know I'm giving mushroom if I leave here. You know what I'm saying? I'm joking.
No thanks. I don't know. I'm still keen on. I don't care. I hate if you take a drug and you can't control your body. I'm a control.
You're a control freak.
Am I a control freak?
Yeah.
But
that's what it helps with.
It
helps. Being a control freak can be a pattern, right?
Come on now. It can hurt you.
Conditioning, right?
It can hurt you.
It can enhance stress in your body.
Well, it's because
He's stressed out.
I was always taught that if you are always ready, where let's say you got a job, you got to always be ready to do your job. You can't take no days off. You can't be this and that. So to me, certain drugs will put you in a position where you can't perform and do that performance. So that always shocked me because I'm always the type of person I always have to be prepared to, like 911. I always got, because my job and everything, I was on call 24/7 and stuff like that. So my life is full of, I always have to do something. So I don't think I can find a place in my life for a drug that could keep me out of work or keep me down.
Well, you don't do it to keep you out of work. I mean,
the effect of it. What do it to you regardless if you want.
If you do it at night or early in the night,
It's not like a constant thing.
Exactly.
You're not just on mushrooms.
Yeah.
24/7.
Oh, okay. Tell me something.
And you don't want to, it's not something that you're like, oh, I got to do this multiple times a week. I mean, you could eat mushrooms like once or twice a year, and that's all you need.
Okay.
Come on. Come on.
So,
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. I gotta ask this question for the audience because some people out there be watching this and they be like, "We're gonna go get us a bag of mushrooms."
just eat them every. In fact, your body will your tolerance increases really
just
rapidly.
like anything.
It's like there's like a built-in mechanism to prevent you from eating too much.
And the best way to start is just by microdosing. Literally, just start with a little bit at a time. See how it feels. Then take a little bit more, see how it feels, and add a little bit by little bit.
Can I smoke the mushroom?
Oh my goodness! See, this is why we have an engine.
Can I drink it?
This is why we have an engine.
Can I put it in a blender and blend it up and drink it?
Yeah.
Well, I probably put it in my smoothie. Give me a strawberry, acai smoothie with a little mushroom. With a mushroom.
That sounds good.
I hate eating mushrooms.
Yeah,
I see them and my body gets an actual physical almost cringe reaction.
They're really good in cacao, which is raw hot chocolate. That's how I like to.
But I'm so lazy. I just eat them.
So I think I could make some money. Do me a mushroom coffee shop.
I mean, there's already people
doing
that.
They're already doing it.
Yeah.
They're going, especially if anybody can abstract it, they're gonna do way more than just do it just for personal.
Also, you can be hydrated out and take all the juices out of it.
They even have they even have canned beverages with mixed drinks.
There's
with
something called
mushroom.
mud water.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to the society that I am so slow.
It's the modern age. You can get anything in a.
Yeah, that's scary. I don't know, because I think, in my mind, I probably speak for a lot of people that listen to society, listen to people talking about the bad experiences and the things they do to it. So self-consciously, I'm out of the game of mushrooms or whatever, LSD or all those other things, because I think the paranoia got me before I even tried it.
Yeah, that's Nixon's Just Say No, Reagan, all those guys really did a good job at the bad press on substances.
I don't think they could make no money off of it, so they wasn't for it. So anything the government can't make no money off of, they kill it.
I got a question. Is there a component in either substance where if you take acid and mushrooms together, they kind of cancel each other out?
No, they'll work together.
Okay.
Who knows what it'll be like? It could go all different directions.
It was okay.
Is that hippie flavor?
Oh, you did it?
Mostly.
He said it was okay.
He forgot the allegedly button.
Allegedly. The first time that I actually felt connected to the world, to the universe, I was an actual part of stuff, was on acid. That changed my life. You do acid, and you're everyone should try acid.
I tried it, and I was scared as hell because the walls kept melting. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were melting.
So you get that. I'm just trying to imagine. So it's like a tingling sensation, then you're numb.
It's not really a tingling sensation. It's more of a
Dude, I can't explain.
It's almost
like nothing.
That's
wavy
why I don't want it, 'cause
feeling.
I'm scared. I want to explain when I go ahead, Angel.
Mushrooms, you can relate to mushrooms or ecstasy. You ever done ecstasy?
No.
Yes, mushrooms at lower doses are
That's a good one with mushrooms.
I tried the Molly
it's a good one.
I tried a half of Molly probably about 8 years ago.
Okay, so you know how
that first 8 hours, the first 6 hours, I was. Then after that, I think I laid on that couch for 3 days. 3 days. 3 days I was crying. I was on a nice vacation. And that's why I said the after effects. Because then somebody say, well, you supposed to took some orange, drunk some orange juice, or did this. I said, they don't come with no instructions. Everybody just say it's good and you party. And I tried it.
Yeah.
It was a half a
Instructions
pill.
are important. Yeah.
And it had me that's why I said I'm scared of stuff.
And there's supplements you can take. Yeah.
So what would you recommend someone to do to the aftercare of doing some sort of psychedelic?
Great question, and that's what I specialize in. So we call the after period, which is, you know, a week to forever, integration. So integration means coming back together. So integration means to make whole. So you take kind of the pieces of your experience and integrate them into your daily life, right? So if you're getting, let's say, maybe you get a message that tells you that you should just love everyone, right? Like, how do we translate that into daily life? So that could be something as simple as, like, maybe for me, I have social anxiety, so something I do more is now I look at people in the eye and I smile, right? And it's so simple, like it's like,
exactly.
of course,
Yeah.
But it really took kind of learning how to feel safer and to like trust and
that's very
put my
important.
guard down.
Yeah,
so that's kind of how I integrate that lesson, or maybe, you know, not being so impatient and just kind of slowing down.
It'll slow you down.
Yeah.
It definitely slow you down.
Slowing down, because we can get so and also, like, you know, moving your body, spending more time in nature, right? Like, kind of getting out of like the fast-paced kind of technology-based.
Because you know what,
Yeah.
the flower kids, I mean the flower children back in the day, I mean the flower people, whatever, they were always in nature.
Right.
They're always in nature.
Yeah, nature. I mean, there's been, you know, tons of study. I think Japan has a term called forest bathing, where you just spend time in the forest because it actually improves your mental health. We're very disconnected from nature in this day and age.
Exactly.
And also with each other, right? Like, when you find like-minded community, you can support each other through maybe the more difficult things that can come up, right? So sometimes psychedelics can uncover like repressed memories, and then it's really important to have like a therapist or someone that you can, you know, process that with.
So.
Here we go again. Here we go again.
Like Angie was saying, like the aftercare and stuff. But my thing is, like, these people that we see on these street corners talking to themselves, walking around, throwing their hands. Are those people on something like that? Or
No, that's so.
So that's just regular drugs. So that's not the mushroom.
That's
old-fashioned schizophrenia.
So, because my question,
Completely untreated.
my question, like, so for those
Pretty much.
people who are not on mushrooms, they act like that. So someone who's on mushrooms or LSD, if I was to come home and find a friend or someone like that, and do I walk them around, let them lay there? I give them a cold towel, or do I just let them
just
be?
ask them what they need. Just be as
They crazy, hallucinate. They don't know what they want, do they?
well. It's important for you to
what-
remain calm.
What
so,
do they need?
Yeah, I did a few months of volunteer on actually there's something called the Fireside Project. Let me just plug that. It's a hotline you can call while you're on psychedelics or after psychedelics, that and you can get some real-time support. So if you're freaking out, you can call Fireside Project and you'll have someone there being like, do you have water? Maybe take a drink of water. Are you somewhere safe? Let's focus on your breathing. Having people focus on their breathing can be a really good way to calm down. Yeah, or just having a presence of like warmth and just being there. Sometimes you don't even need to say anything, but
Exactly.
just your presence.
Just your presence.
Yeah, your energy can just kind of help them feel safe to relax a little bit.
You know, I'm just thinking, because like when somebody's drunk and they get drunk, you throw them up, wipe them off, or you lay them down. Somebody's high, you tell them to go to sleep. So I'm just like, I never ran across anybody like this just so far just yet. So I'm just trying to prepare myself. But okay.
Yeah. Do you know what the number is for that?
Fireside.
For Fireside?
I don't. Let me Google it. Right.
Well, then
We
let
can look it up.
them know where to find you at. I mean,
Yeah. So you can find me. My IG is Mycophoria. That's MyCoforia. Or mycophoria.org. But that's MyCophOria. Or queerpsychedelicsociety.com.
okay, you know, and you know what, man, it was a pleasure to have you.
Oh.
I mean, this segment is good. I mean, because why is it good? 'Cause, like I said, we do a lot at night shift. We want to be a platform for everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, especially for the ones that feel like they don't fit in. You know, because I've been
fit in somewhere.
Exactly, and you can fit in, and you can fit in at the night shift. You know what I mean? Because that's what we're about.
Yeah.
You know, and my hats off to you. You know what I mean? And they know where to find you, and we're about to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Here's
the number for Fireside Project is 62 Fireside.
Okay, cool.
They have an app too.
Okay, and you guys could get that information. Just go on YouTube when you catch us. Look it up, and like I said, Becca, it was good having you.
Thank you so
and
much.
we're gonna do a part 2. You know what I mean? Because
she unlocks a lot of my synapses.
Exactly, and it was interesting. You know what I'm saying? And these are topics that I like because there's people out there that need to know that they're not the only ones having this topic. And that this is why that we're here.
People aren't alone.
Exactly. You know, and
wait a minute. Alone on the mushroom?
Alone in life.
Life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Life, okay.
In the universe.
Exactly. Okay, you know, Adam, let's
text the homie and see if his homie can still.
We about to wrap it up, and like I said, man, thank you guys, and allegedly we'll see y'all later, and thank you for doing a segment with us on the night shift. Angie, tell them where they can find us.
They can find us at communityawarenessbuilder.com, and there you will find all our updated phone number and how to reach us.
Exactly.
There'll be a little red button that says call.
Exactly.
That, and you're on the line with us.
Well, thank you. Hey, man, like I said, man, Adam, take us out of here. We're God. See ya. Peace.
Next time.
Holla, player.